Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is going to be on just ways to save when planning your wedding. So a lot of my friends right now, they are in that phase of just getting married, preparing for marriage, and I feel like this is something that we don't talk about a lot. Just regarding weddings, I feel like a lot of us are, like we want to get married, we're ready to get married, a lot of women, and a lot of times like we want to get married, but I feel like we're not really, we don't ever actually get prepared for the actual wedding, like planning the wedding. A lot of the times, like the focus is, I want to get married, I want to get engaged, I want to get married, but like, how about like, like budgeting for the wedding? Are you mentally prepared to deal with the stress that comes with just planning a wedding? Because it comes with a lot of stress. So for me, like I am big on budgeting, and it's not because I don't have the money. Trust me, I have the money. It's just the fact that I feel like, why spend a ton of money on one day when I can use that money and put it towards a house? I can use that money and put it towards experiences like vacations and things like that, which to me honestly like is way 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 more better. So when it came to our wedding, like we had a really beautiful wedding, and we still like we went over budget a bit, honestly, because people kept being added to the list, and like what we prepared for. But at the end of the day, like I already like had money saved for the wedding. I feel like we're in a time where it should just be the men, like we're in a time where like women, where a lot of us are even have better jobs than men do, and it's the point where like the men also expect you to put out as well, like even my brother, like his thing is like, okay, sure, like I still want you to bring something, like, and a lot of the modern day men are thinking like that, like I want you to bring something to this wedding as well, like I don't want it to be just me, my money or whatever. And I think there's more respect that even comes with that, knowing that, okay, like you're not just waiting on the guy to put out. You also have a budget. You also have money saved. And okay, so like with that, with just making sure that as you're planning your wedding, that you actually have something saved on the side, because it will surprise you. The people you think will plan your wedding or give you money for your wedding, is not going to work out that way. Like weddings are full of surprises. Like the family you think will come and just like sponsor your wedding will not sponsor your wedding. Things might happen and they won't be able to do that. The godfathers or godmothers or family friends, aunts and uncles you thought will come and just pay for your wedding will not do that. They might help you, but then they're expecting you and your significant other, your partner, to bring the money for whatever that's being planned. And that's just that. Like, I've seen people who have been disappointed because they honestly expected, they were hoping that their rich uncle or rich aunt will help sponsor the wedding, and they ended up not sponsoring the wedding. And it's okay. Like, the thing is, like, like, there was no agreement. They never, they're not the ones telling you to go get married. A lot of times family do force you to get married, they pressure you to get married, but that doesn't mean that they're going to pay for your marriage or they're going to pay for your wedding. So I think it's good to just, one, mentally prepare yourself. Don't expect anyone to sponsor your wedding. If it happens, awesome, then you can put that money towards other things. If not, just be in a place where you and your partner have talked it out, you have a plan in place on how to make this happen. Don't ever plan a wedding without having a plan. Unless your plan is to just go to the court and get married. If not, like, you need a plan. Like, you need a plan. And so honestly, starting with that, like, mentally being prepared, having a budget, because that would then help you determine everything else that comes with planning. That it will help you determine everything else. Like, you guys need to have a conversation. What do you have in your account? What do I have, and then what do I have in my account? So if this is what you guys have, then it will help you like either like humble yourselves or go crazy if you want. So with what you have in your account, it will help you determine the venue, the amount of people you want to invite, the kind of things you want, the kind of vendors you want at your wedding, all that matters. So start with a budget, you know. And honestly, like, I'm someone who's big on, like, work with what you have. Don't go and break bank. Don't go and get loans for a wedding. I think that's the I think that's like the most irresponsible thing to do, is take out loans for a wedding. Take out money you don't have to plan a wedding that's just one day. A wedding that people will go to, and that's that. Then move on to the next person. So honestly, plan according to your budget. Plan according to your budget. So with that, and also just other ways to just even go around, like, you know, like saving for your wedding. I know for my wedding, there's different ways we save. Like, we partnered with the venue to get some discounts, you know, by just like doing our engagement photos there and sharing it on social media. Like, we, you know, that helped us get some discount. You know, with the outfits, I had a partnership as well with Lulu's, and Lulu's were able to provide my bridesmaids a free dress, free dresses, and all I had to do was post it. A lot of my accessories as well was honestly, you know, like through Lulu's as well. So, I mean, if you're not a content creator or an influencer, that's fine too. There's ways you can go around it. There's so many different websites that you can go to get a dress that's also, that, you know, that are reasonable. And I'll share some of those as well. I'll share some websites that I know, you know, are very reasonable, that you can go and get a really nice dress, so that your bridesmaids don't have to break bank, you know, because they're part of your wedding. When it comes to bouquet, there's things, I feel like weddings are a great time to just learn a lot of DIYs, like learn how to do some things yourself. If you don't know how to do things yourself, find a friend that knows how to do it and utilize them. Like for bouquet, I actually made my bouquets myself, and that's another thing. I think a lot of times, like, there's no standard. No one says you have to have like real flowers, you know, for your wedding. You don't have to have real flowers. Like, Amazon is your friend. You can get so much from Amazon. Like the flowers that we use, so the mansion we use, they had an all-inclusive package, but the thing with all-inclusive packages is that sometimes things are limited, you know. So they will say, you know, we have a vendor for flowers, but it's very limited. Everything else you have to pay extra for. So for something I did, my flower was real because we already paid for it in the inclusive package. But what I did is that they only offered one flower. They only offered one flower for for maid of honor. But I had 2 maid of honors, and I wanted all my bridesmaids to have flowers. So I went on Amazon. I got some really, really nice flowers. I can share that as well. I got some really, really nice artificial flowers, and I made I made a hoop bouquet because I wanted something different. But also, like, even with how it is, you can use it and make, like, you know, bouquet, you know, regular bouquet flowers as well, and you will be fine. So I made the flowers. You know, like where we were sitting, I, you know, made those as well. Like, you know, I watched a lot of videos, found everything on Amazon. Like, you can find so much on Amazon, and I used it to make, like, you know, the flowers for where, you know, for our sweetheart table, because that was not covered in the all-inclusive package. So honestly, learning how to do some things will help you so much. That way you can cut costs and focus be on just, like, you know, the food and the venue. So those are, like, really great, you know, ways to save. And I think honestly, just doing a lot of research, you know, researching helps a lot. Like, just finding ways, you know, like, to cut costs on things, it helps a lot. My dress, another thing is my dress. Like, I don't believe that your dress needs to cost you a lot. If I tell you how much my dress was, I bought my dress for $200. I bought my dress for $200. I bought it, you know, I bought it online, and the thing is, like, I feel like, you know, I don't advise, you know, I think, you know, do this at your own risk. But if you're going to do it early, you know. So I bought my wedding dress for $200, And again, because sometimes people think like, oh man, for my dress, I probably have to spend at least 2,000. And in your head, you're thinking like, okay, I need to like put out 2,000 to buy a dress. No, you don't have to put out 2,000 to buy a dress. I bought my dress online. I can put a link for that as well for $200. And what I did is then I took it to a tailor to customize it and get it to look exactly how I want it to look. So at the end of the day, I think I spent a total of like $400 on my dress. And the dress is still okay. Because the thing with me is that 10 years from now, even 5 years from now, my taste is going to be different. My taste changes every year. So why spend like $6,000 on a dress that I'm only going to wear one day, and then after that I'll probably never wear it again? Like I have never seen, I'm a photographer as well, and I haven't done a vow renewal where the person wore the same dress. Your size changes, your taste changes, so literally you're probably only just going to wear that dress once. Like we lived in a different time before, dresses got passed on from generation to generation, but we're not there anymore where people buy their own dresses. So why spend an arm and a leg on a dress that you only wear one day? And again, a lot of times, even that one day, you only wear it for like 2 hours, because after the ceremony, a lot of times people change for the reception. I changed for my reception. Even like I think even like my reception dress I think was more expensive than my wedding dress. So I'm going to share that with you. Like a lot of people don't know this, but yeah, you definitely can. Just make sure that you look at the reviews and you get a dress that just look at the reviews first before you buy the dress. Don't get a dress that doesn't have a review. So that matters. So another thing is even my husband's outfit too. So of course he got, we went and got a really nice outfit for him. Like I think his outfit was way more expensive than mine, and that's usually not the norm. The groom's outfit never usually is more expensive than the bride's outfit. But so he got his, so the tops and the button up we got from like a nice custom place. But the pants, I was like, okay, we can save on this. And I went to ASOS, and I got him a tuxedo pants from ASOS, and no one can tell the difference. We got a tuxedo pants from ASOS, and then we went and got it tailored, and we saved so much money on that. I think honestly, with saving money for weddings, it really comes down to just creativity and thinking outside the box on ways that you can save money. Don't ever feel like this is it. I have to get fresh flowers from here. I have to do this. Even my friend that recently got married, the same thing. Like she was, she came to me. Was talking about how expensive the flowers they were, how expensive they was charging, how the flowers were so expensive. And I told her like, look, you don't need to go get fresh flowers. I sent her links to Amazon to get flowers, and that's what she did. She got flowers from Amazon and put it together. And you save so much. Like there's ways to cut, and the thing is like no one can tell the difference. Only you know the difference. Only you care, know that your flowers are real or fake. And people are not even looking at that. People do not care. Like unless I tell someone how much my dress was, they wouldn't have known that that's how much I spent on that dress. They would not have known. So just keep that in mind. Like there's so many ways that you can conquer. So that's what we did. Like just being creative, thinking outside the box, finding other ways to make something work is so important. So I think that's one of the biggest ways that we save money. Like food, I feel like that one is hard to go around that. Like you want your guests to enjoy. You want your guests to I think that part is important. It's really hard to kind of it's hard to go around that one, especially unless you have a hall, and then that hall you can then just shop around for the best caterer deal. But for us, because of the venue, we have to also use their catering services, and we couldn't go around it, which was fine. I mean, we made sure that we stuck to what was included, just so we don't go over. So that helped, but I mean that one, it was still super expensive. But aside from that, I think from every other angle, we definitely saved good money by just utilizing Amazon, doing some stuff ourselves, finding other alternatives. to call calls, which helped a lot. And that's something now, like, I even tell friends, like, hey, there's other ways you can go around this. You don't have to, buy your dress from here or this or that. Like, you can find stuff other places and make it work. So, yeah. So that is my tips. So we'll come back, and the next video will definitely, it will focus on another area of just like marriage, and things that have helped me and my husband so far with just navigating our whole marriage journey. I'll talk about, like, just even budgeting in your marriage, deciding who's going to be like the accountant. I feel like in marriages is needed. Like, someone needs to kind of like play that role of their accountant. Someone needs to be the one that's more responsible with the money. Even just like planning, buying a home, how to navigate that. That would definitely be another video. Just even like when is the best time to start planning for a baby. I think that's important as well. I don't know how often partners talk about that, but I think it's so important, even for us, like doing counseling. Like, that's something our counselor told us, like, that's something that you need to plan for. I think a lot of times, like, some people are like, okay, well, if it happens, it happens. Like, no, like, bringing another human is something that's very serious, and it's something that you guys need to be on the same page about and talk about before making it happen. Just even navigating parents, in-laws, how to navigate that, I think, is also important. Like, setting boundaries and things like that. For us, like, we have so much experience with just dealing with in-laws. Like, the ways we messed up, things we did right. And even just working on just like making sure that moving forward things are okay. That's another video I'll definitely do. So guys, keep me honest on this. If there's any other video that you are interested in just regarding marriage, let me know, and I'll share my experience with you on that. But so if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and drop a comment below. Subscribe again if you're new to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.